Hi, I'm Shabadoo and you're watching BDTV.
Peace family, so we're joined with another special guest this week, and this one definitely super special, somebody who we haven't heard from before, and a lot of fans have definitely asked for him to chime in on some of his experiences, and this is the man himself, Big Pokey. What's good, sir?
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm cooling, so I definitely want to say, sending a big salute to yourself. It's a pleasure to have you come and grace us and share us with some words and experiences.
Likewise.
Yep.
What's going on with you? What's in your world, man?
I mean, not too much right now. Just kind of keeping busy with, getting these interviews and stuff done. I actually spoken to Uzi the other day from the Prime Suspects, and we were talking about, he's got some ideas of wanting to do like a documentary or something like that. So we're looking at ideas that, maybe that could be something that could be done in the future, like on a big scale where we do some kind of documentary and get people back together and sort of, do something for the fans where people are at now and stuff like that. So, I mean, besides that, I'm just grinding, getting these interviews together, getting some music and stuff did, and trying to stay motivated in these COVID times.
I'm doing my own thing. I'm as we speak, I'm working on a book right now. I got a guy named Byron S. Cole. He's doing the writing for me, man. The title of my book is called Muscle Behind the Hustle. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for everybody out here. How you gonna start something with somebody and forget about your muscle behind your hustle once you get to where you want to be at in life? And you're just gonna forget about your muscle behind your hustle. I know that sounds like some weak ass shit, but to be honest with you, you got to look at where I'm coming from with this. You know what I'm saying? You build a relationship with me over the years, and you got something going good with me, and now you done got where you need to be at, to where you can live behind certain gates and all that, where you don't have to come out to the public, and everybody that helped you get where you at, you just forgot about them. Fuck them. So that's how my book going, Muscle Behind the Hustle, for all them dudes that get left behind.
Okay. So that definitely sounds like something that definitely gonna have a lot of interesting stories. Is it gonna be like
autobiographical? Oh yeah, I got a lot to tell. The truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Is it like autobiographical? Is it like you telling your life story in a sense, or more just your experiences?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. It's mostly my life story with no limit. So that's where all that shit come from. What I'm talking about.
Okay. So, I mean,
it ain't no secret.
Getting into some of that, because the fans are definitely going to want to know. A lot of people, they remember you from, referencing a lot of music in the videos, just even in the Bout movie, and you referenced being the muscle behind the hustle. So how did, that relationship and stuff come about?
I've been like that all my life, all through school. I've been a muscle all my life. You know what I'm saying? I always have been a good guy. Always did have people back. So, that ain't nothing new for me. That ain't something that just happened overnight.
Okay. So how did you then connect him with P and No Limit?
I went to school with P, man. And I went to school with P. And you know how things happen. People call it fate. People call it luck. I call it shit happens. We were just in the right place at the right time when I ran into him. I ran into Versi Carter, my partner Versi. And Versi took me to holler at him, and when me and him hollered, it went from there.
Yeah, so at what point was this?
In the 90s.
Was this in New Orleans or Richmond?
It was when he was broke, when he had none.
Okay.
It was in the beginning when he had none. He was out before that, hustling, doing this thing in Richmond, California. But I'm talking about when he came down south. When he came this way.
Okay, I
took a trip with him to the riverboat out of Lola, where he had a concert that night, and it went from there. So 2 months later, he asked me to quit my job. And I took that chance, and I quit my job, and I went with him when Ice Cream Man album came out.
Okay. So how long was you on the road then from that period going on from the Ice Cream Man?
We was grinding then. We was grinding to get him to the point of where he at right now. That's what I'm saying. I was that muscle.
Okay.
Me, Versi, man, we was that muscle. Big Champ.
Yep.
Big Swole, a few of us, we was that muscle, we was putting it all on the line, you know?
Yep. We seen and heard your names referenced in a lot of music and stuff over the years, and one of the movies, The Last Stand, they had the music video at the end, which I still think was one of the illest videos I'd never seen, with everybody in there, you know, with all the guns and
Yeah, that was tight.
Yeah, what was that like, man?
That was nice, man. That was nice. We were relieving stress that night, you know.
Yeah, I just remember you had
we were shooting them guns. We were relieving stress that night.
You had the jacket out and stuff, man.
The video had just ended, and we were getting it all off our chest.
Okay.
You know, especially for them that want to shoot a gun that ain't know nothing about them. They got a chance to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, no, I got you. That makes sense. So, you know, you mentioned being the muscle behind the hustle. I want to get back into that a little bit more now. Obviously, we know there's a lot of stuff that can't, you know, be said, and you got to leave a lot of things for your book and stuff, and as you unfold. Now, you know, you put in a lot of work on the road, obviously being in studios, at shows and stuff like that, and, you know, being heavily responsible for making sure that the tank and people were safe. We've never really heard of any incidents regarding No Limit with like any crazy altercations or anything. There was only the one reported incident that Swole spoke briefly about, which was the death row incident. Was that something that you was there with the LAPD that day? But I got the hookup.
Yeah, I was there. I was right there. Oh. And you mentioned about never having incidents. I mean, what's understood don't need to be explained. Why you think he never had an incident? Because of the muscle he had behind him. I mean, it was a lot of respect. We got a lot of respect for what we was doing. So we never really had to get into it with nobody. I mean, we kept everything under control. We ain't never had to have nobody to disrespect us because we ain't put ourselves out there like that.
Yeah.
We had that thing organized for this man, bro. You know, he didn't have to go. He didn't have to worry about going nowhere and nothing happening to him when we was on the road with him.
I got you.
And then if anything happened, he didn't know about it because we took care of it like that, right quick. We didn't make no big old scenes. We did what we had to do, and it was over with.
I got you. What about the death row incident?
Man, that was a bunch of little boys got in there wanting to holler at Snoop, man, and they got mad because they couldn't holler at Snoop. We didn't want to let them holler at Snoop, but Snoop went on and said let them back there. You know them. They were cool with him, so we figured it was all good. But nothing really happened. Yeah. Nothing really happened. I mean, when we got to Snoop, he was in the back of a police car. And them the guys had to ran through the crowd and went somewhere. But they were talking some shit before that, but they, you know, it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. They saw they wasn't playing with no little boys.
Yeah.
You know, they thought there was a bunch of grown men in the room.
Yeah, I got you. I only mentioned it because people had said, you know, or made some reference that they thought maybe it was not like security's fault what happened, or why, you know, why security wasn't there and stuff.
Oh, we was there. We told him to come on stage. He chose to stay back there. You know, he got his own mind. You know, some people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, we told him to come on stage. He chose not to come on stage. He wanted to stay back there and holler at his homeboys, so we left him back there to holler at his homeboys.
Yeah.
He said it was all good. He know him better than we do.
Yeah. Well, I think they definitely, it's good to hear they've, you know, made a lot of peace and stuff now on that front. So it doesn't sound like it was the craziest incident, but it was just probably the police being there, and it could have got worse and stuff. So thankfully it didn't. You know, in your experiences, like being around and stuff, obviously you was around like Soulja Slim, Mac, a lot of these artists that are still being celebrated and stuff today. What, you know, memories and stuff do you have of those guys?
Oh man, Steve, that was my dude, yeah. Slim grew up under me in the Magnolia Project. I'm from the Magnolia.
Okay.
And but as far as I miss that dude, man. That's my partner there, bro. He was one of the realest, bro. Out of all the brothers, he was the realest.
Everybody says that, but sorry.
Man, C kept it real. C kept it gutter. He may have been a little bit too hood for some people, but he just was keeping it real. And I mean, some things you got to stay away from and eliminate yourself from, you know, when you get to a certain degree in your life. But he just was keeping it real. That's all. He got caught up. I mean, I got caught up. A lot of us get caught up. That's life. Shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, And Slim was the same way. Soulja Slim been a good dude all his life, bro. That was my partner there.
Okay.
You know, I can't say that for everybody that was on the team. I can call it like I see it. And that was two of my favorites right there.
I got you. And in terms of like the legacy that we've seen, do you feel sometimes that No Limit gets left with what people see as like a negative legacy? We've seen, you know, stuff happen with C, with Mac, with, you know, Slim passing, Magic passing. You know, it seemed like the legacy after a certain point just got fraught with a lot of, you know, tragedy and disappointments and stuff.
No, because the legacy is the music. And the music speaks for itself. You know, everything outside the music, that was personal, you know. Everything, that was just a part of life that's happening. You know, people dying, people going to jail. That was just things that happened. But the legacy is the music. And the music speaks for itself. The album sales, they speak for itself. You know, 75 million albums in 1 year, man, come on.
Yep.
That's unprecedented, you know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
You know, you got to give props where props, give it to them when you got to give it to them, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And I think it's definitely commendable how, you know, would you say it's safe to say that's how you guys have all sort of built that family bond and stuff? Because it seemed, you know, everybody still seems quite closely got that kinship for the most part, especially with a lot of the old soldiers and stuff.
Well, I don't even, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even want to see these cats. You know, I done been sick, I done been in a nursing home, real sick, I done been on a dying bed twice, and I haven't heard from none of them guys, man. None of them. Wow. Never picked up the phone to see how I'm doing, never came visit me or anything. But you know, that's life too. They didn't have to. Right. I mean, I just feel like if you're gonna call me brother, uphold that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna call me family, uphold that. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm your family, I'm your family. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna check on you. But we didn't have that kind of unity, bro. Once No Limit broke up and went their separate way. Everybody went their own separate way and doing their own thing, man.
How come?
You know?
Because, I mean, we have sort of different reunion pictures over the years with, I mean, I think there was some at Magic's funeral and stuff, people that, you know, sort of reunited.
Oh, man, Magic, man. This is my dog, man.
Yeah.
And, man, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I forgot to welcome Mac home, man. I want to welcome Mac home, bro.
Yep.
I haven't seen him yet, but, man, you know, when I was locked up, I did some time with Mac. I did a whole year with Mac.
Okay.
Up in Winfield. You know, I miss my dude, man. Mac is another good brother, man.
Yeah, it's definitely great to see him back.
What you talking about? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's so good. I was just saying, yeah, definitely great to see Matt back. And even just that, I was just talking how people are, from the outside, like from the fans, we've seen different reconnections over the years. I mean, even recently, we've seen some people reconnected with Mac and stuff as well, which has been dope.
Most of the rappers keep a good connection with each other, brother. They grew up buying over the years of being around each other. Like, Beats by the Pound, they gonna always be tight because they all represented something. Each one of them had their own flavor that they added to the gumbo, and they made music with it, you know. And the same with the rappers, man. They all reach out. I think they all pretty much reach out to each other. You know, man, who was me? I'm just a bodyguard. You know, they don't have to holler at me. I just was there to protect their life. You know, they thought I was mean any goddamn way, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, one of the scenes that was mean was the scene that you did in the Bout movie.
What scene you talking about?
Well, you got a few of them in there, but what was? Yeah. I mean, the one where you did I don't really want to mention it too much because it's kind of a somber scene now. I think. With in the car when
I broke the guy's neck and threw him in the trunk of the car.
Yeah, but
that was my partner Skinu,
he recently passed, so I didn't want to mention it because I watched that scene again and I was like, because he passed, I didn't really want to.
Yeah. But you know, that wasn't just a movie, so you know that wasn't real. I had love for Skinu, man. That was one of C Murder's closest friends.
Yeah.
Him and C was real tight.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, a lot of people, even after we passed, you know, we ain't making any we give them respect to know, but people did mention that scene. A lot of people, so even that movie is still such a cult classic to this day. people remember you from it and your parts that you played and stuff as well. So
yeah,
it was definitely dope, man.
I appreciate it.
I mean, the crazy thing with me is
it was real. Now that can happen like that for real. Now it was a movie, but
yeah, y'all made it.
Based on the true story.
Y'all showed us everything. Y'all made it. Y'all made it plain on that. Really. What about some of the other characters in there, man? Like who used to always bug me out? Was it Don't Fiend Willie?
Don't Fiend Willie, yeah, man, that was real drug heads.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There was real drug addicts in that room, man.
Yeah.
We got them drug addicts out the project and brought them over there and put them in that movie. That was real drug addicts.
Okay, because he was in.
We used to use a lot of people like that for real. Like, man, like it was a time we did Hot Boys and we filmed it in Watts. And man, we can feel the energy from those. It was a lot of Mexicans live in Watts.
Okay.
And they were gangbangers. And we can feel the tension of them coming around us, man. I remember this like it was yesterday. And we felt like our presence wasn't welcome there. I guess because we ain't tell them we was doing a movie down there or something, so you can feel them coming around. So we had to start making adjustments for them to get comfortable with us. So I started playing with the kids out there. First I called the ice cream truck and lined them up and told all the kids out there, get all the ice cream you want. And then I had this guy Black to go get some T-shirts. That's Jeff Flanagan's partner. And I took a football and I was throwing the football in the air and let them catch it and run it back. And when they come back, they get a T-shirt. I gave them one if they missed, and I gave them one if they did catch it. I gave them one for the effort. Okay. And then after that, they started seeing us another way, and they started getting kind of comfortable with us. And then all they wanted to really do is meet Snoop. That's what that was all about. They just wanted to meet Snoop that day. They had never met him.
Yeah.
So he came out and he shook a few hands and he talked to them, and we even put them in the video. Those cars you saw in Hot Boy, those 6'4s and those. When they were sitting around? Fancy little cars. We put them in the movie with their cars for real. Okay. So that turned out pretty good that day. Yeah. It's about thinking, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be hard. Anybody can be stupid. But you got to know how to think in certain situations. So you can get your whole clique killed if you don't think. And he don't understand. He had people around him that can think, man.
Well, I was just going to commend you.
I feel like he didn't appreciate that.
Okay.
I feel like he didn't appreciate it. I'm talking about Master P.
Is that?
In case they're wondering who I'm talking about, I'm talking about Percy Miller.
I was going to say.
I feel like he appreciated that.
Is that why?
That's why I don't fuck with him right now today.
Okay. At what point did you then separate them from No Limit, and then when did you start having that sort of thought process?
It was like 99. 99. I didn't separate from him. He separated from me. He was just up and gone one day. No meeting at the round table or anything. He just was up and gone. Wow.
Can you just, you just heard from him one day and then heard from him another day? Like, just out the blue?
Man, we woke up, went to the office, and it said No Limit was officially closed. And that man was gone, bro. He didn't sit down and he didn't talk to anybody about it or what was going on. Or, I know he was hurt because he didn't make the basketball thing happen for himself. And that ain't my fault. Yeah, shit. You got to have talent to be in the NBA.
You feel he did have that NBA talent? I mean, he did play. He played a few preliminary games.
He was all right. But to me, Bercy Carter was a better basketball player.
Okay.
Talk about that.
V90.
That's right. Yeah. V90 was a cold basketball player.
Okay. I always had Big Ed was a good player in that as well.
Yeah, Big Ed was a good player. Servon, Mr. Servon, he was a good player.
Okay.
But you're trying to get in the NBA, man. Shit. I mean,
so you think
that's a big step.
You think that was a bad move at the time? I mean, everybody got their personal dreams and goals.
Really, I don't have no opinion on that at all. That's what he wanted to do. Every man have a dream, so you go for your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I commend him for trying out for the NBA. I mean, that's what he wanted to do. That was his thing. I'm not hating on him or anything, but I just know that game was fast, and he wasn't ready for. To me, he wasn't ready for that game.
No. So if you could,
I'm not no yes man. I used to sit around and he used to get on a lot of us and talk crazy to us and shit, and I used to let him do that because he's the boss. You let the boss get away with that sometimes. Man, come on. He wasn't ready for no NBA.
Yeah. Well, no, I get you. And then I think I spoke to, was it Rico from Sons of Funk before? We had, he said he felt that going into wrestling and certain things like that was just poor timing. But then Swole would disagree because he feels that more could have been done within the wrestling. So sometimes it can be hard when you're juggling, I think, so much different things. A lot of people say with No Limit, music was its main forte that brought it to the table, and that's where a lot of the main focus should have been kept on producing that high quality sort of music that the fans and everybody was accustomed to.
Why was that? Should have stayed with the music. That's what C. Murder was mad about. He felt like he was giving up on the music to go play basketball.
Yeah.
That's exactly what C was mad about. He just was letting the music. I was out there with him in Charlotte for a whole month. So I know he wasn't worrying about the record company. He was focusing on working out, getting his drills in.
No. So, with that being said, I mean, I know you said it's been some years. How many years would you say it's been since you connected? And did anybody try and, connect with you guys around the time they were filming the Chronicles and stuff?
No, nobody tried to connect. Nobody tried to contact me. They didn't even much invite me to that.
Okay.
They didn't try to reach out to me. Them guys don't call me, man. I don't hear from them, but I'm not mad at them, I mean, it is what it is. No Limit been over with what? For me, No Limit been over for 20-something years. It's in the trash can of my memory. Shit, I'm done with it.
Yeah. Do you think it's crazy how the fans and people still, obviously want to hear stories and there's still such a cold legacy behind that?
Man, they still have a lot of big No Limit fans out there, man. And guess what? I'm one of them. Man, I love No Limit music. I can sit here and listen to No Limit music all day, man. They be rolling. Beats by the Pound used to be putting it down, man.
Yeah. That catalog's unmatched.
Man, that catalog off the chain, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything against No Limit. I don't have anything against Master P. I just don't like the way things ended, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like a lying motherfucker, man. And that's what he is. He's a lying motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then what I don't like about him is, instead of him having a meeting, he'll let somebody come tell him something, and he'll run with that shit instead of kind of get down and finding out what's really going on. He'll run like, if I come to you and tell you something about blah, 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 and shoo-shoo and this shit, instead of you trying to find out what's going on, you just gonna feed into that shit and run with it. I don't respect no nigga like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me slow down, because I'm about to start talking crazy.
No, I'm with you. I think King George said something similar on an interview that he felt something similar that, when this guy Tobin, apparently there was a rumor that he wanted to leave and sign with these artists, but he said he never had any intention of doing that, but he wasn't asked about it. He was just kind of kicked off the label,
Yeah, he wanted a lot of yes men around him. I ain't no fucking yes man. Like I said, I used to keep my mouth closed because he was a boss. But it was a whole bunch of times he done said something crazy to me. Well, I really wanted to address that shit. But it's 30-something years later. I didn't do it now. It don't make no sense when you want to talk about it now, bro. It's over and done with. He went on and did his thing. I'm doing my thing. I wish him well. And that's that. I don't wish nothing bad on him. I don't wish bad on nobody.
Yeah, no.
But
I feel
stop sending out the messages. Stop sending out the messages on YouTube and shit, talking about 25 years later we still doing good and broke niggas left behind. Yeah, you gotta stop doing that fucking shit there.
Yeah, I think
we don't know who you're talking about. In the pen, when you're talking about somebody, you say who you're talking about. You call their name out. You don't be throwing no fucking hits. You know what I'm saying? Say who you're talking about.
Yeah. I think
if you ain't talking about me, I apologize. But if you is, talk to me face to face. Don't be throwing no hints.
And I think it's difficult in that situation where, as you said, where things are kind of put out open-ended. People can take it in different ways and stuff. With that being said, we're looking at the legacy, and as you said, the legacy that spanned over 20 plus years and still continuing to be something that's definitely noteworthy. You mentioned your book earlier. Just to touch back on that, is there any little exclusive stories you can drop around it? I mean, I'm not telling you to give us any detail from it, but just a bit more information about it.
I'm just gonna talk about my life experiences, man, with No Limit. That's all.
Okay.
About the thing, cause man, let me tell you something. You know, it's a negative, it's a positive to everything. I got a lot out of No Limit. I mean, dude did treat us good. We went to a whole bunch of places. I done been everywhere in the United States. You know what I'm saying? I done traveled with this man to different countries and stuff. I done did a lot of things with him. So, you know, it was a lot of good came out of it. The only thing I hate is he kind of stopped us from doing what we wanted to do when he was really saying we need to get out there and do something. But when we had the opportunity, you know, you stopped us from doing that. Like I found out when it came to the wrestling thing, he didn't even want me on the contract. Okay. So I was wondering why the people weren't fucking with me on that. Because he shut that down. You know, he was good with shutting shit down.
So we could have seen you on WCW at some point. That would have been dope.
Oh man, I've been dreaming of that. That was like when I was a kid. I used to do that shit on the regular. We used to play like get the mattresses and put them in the backyard and have wrestling matches, man, in the project. You know, jumping off of the building, off of the car and shit, man. I knew every move. I ain't even got to go to school for it. I knew it already.
Crazy, yeah. I believe you. Yeah.
So man, that was like a childhood dream, man. You know.
Yeah.
But every time somebody get ready to make it big or something like that, something always happens. Something always go wrong. And I wonder why.
Yeah, you think that's just coincidence, or you think there's more politics?
No, it wasn't no coincidence, man. Nigga had to stop.
No.
He had to stop.
Yeah, some say
he's always wanted to be the one on top, and everybody else feeding up under him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Yeah, wrong.
All right, thank you.
Did you keep up with any of the new No Limit stuff that was released afterwards, or did you just tune out?
Tuned out. Yeah. Nah, when the new No Limit came out, I stopped right there. I was with the old. I started listening to Over Goodness again. I went back to ballroom music. Okay,
nice. Yeah. Like some real classics, some eclectic music and stuff.
I started listening to Cash Money. Cash Money was rolling.
Okay. Yeah, I
started listening to Juvenile.
Juvie. Did you ever come across there was another rapper called Big Pokey as well. Did you ever come across him? Was he from Texas?
Oh, I've seen him before in Texas. I've seen him before.
From Texas.
Man, them joked about it because we had almost the same profile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We did the same amount of time in college. We were about the same size, same age. Yeah. And I joked with him about it. I said, "You stole my name, huh?" And he just was laughing about it. All right.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was always familiar with your name and stuff, and obviously, like you said, yourself not being a rapper, but I'll be honest, I always heard your name faster than I heard the other Pokey as well. I don't know, he's probably been around a long time and stuff, but then I was like, is this the same No Limit Big Pokey? Is he rapping now? But then I seen he was a different cat.
I'm the original Big Pokey, man. All them cats stole my name, man. They got a blues singer now, your name Big Pokey. He stole my name. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, so in terms of some, the muscle behind the hustle, then, just lastly before we wind out, I know was connected with Swole, and he said that man is an ordained minister and stuff right now. Do you still keep in contact with some of the old crew or not?
Yeah, I keep in touch with them. Matter of fact, I'm doing some cups with man right now. Man was just over here yesterday. I'm making them some cups.
Okay.
And me and him, very sick. So I talk to Big Champ all the time. We all stay in touch with each other.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't get out much because I'm having problems with my legs. I can't walk like I used to, man. I have to walk with a walker, and my legs. I need real a lot of medical attention with my legs. But during to COVID, I can't get to the doctor like I want to right now.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, we pretty much cool. I talk to man, yeah, he's a minister. Versus still versus, So I don't see nobody else though. Okay. I done talk to Mama Mill. That's my baby too. Mill X, that's my girl, my big sister.
Yeah.
I talked to Mia, you know.
Yeah, peace to Mia X as well, man. So I think lastly, before we wind out the big pokes, any last messages I guess that you'd want to give to young people coming up? Now, you imparted a great message earlier when you was talking about some of the security detail, which when you mentioned being on the video shoot and you had to assess things and sort of be analytical and think. And I thought that was a really great point, because oftentimes when people think about security and making situations safe, they always think about the abrasive side or the offense, or they think about the brawn.
Right.
But you mentioned just that thought process. So is there any just some jewels or some advice that you'd kick to our young audience and stuff?
Yeah, you want to get in and out of there, man. You want to get everybody home safe to their family. That's what your job is, not to be going there starting no fights or getting into no fights. That's not what security is about. Some people are just controversial, man. You just got to know how to think, though. You got to know how to think. You got to know how to outthink them. That's what it's all about. Being smart and coming home, Why he think he made it all these years? Why No Limit survived all them years? Come on, man. We was the biggest company in the world. Yeah. We have been in every state in the United States. So we never had nobody to contest us and try us. Really, really try us. That spoke a lot of volume, man. That's a lot of respect.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of respect, man. I done heard record companies go out of town and get slapped around and everything. Get their chains jacked, get their pockets jacked. It never happened to us, man.
We never heard nothing about No Limit. Even when we was young out here in the UK, people say the same for No Limit. You don't hear none of that shit.
You might have heard about some incidents after we left. After we left No Limit, you might have heard about a few incidents, but you never heard about that while we was there, man.
No.
We was on Silk the Shocker video, Just Be Straight With Me, the first one with Destiny Child. And we had 13 carloads of bloods pull up in there, trying to get on a video set. And it was only 5 of us. They didn't get on that video set.
Right.
Not because we challenged them, because we outthink them. You know what I'm saying? We knew what to say and when to say it. We ain't bow down to them or nothing. We let them know you wasn't going in there. But nobody going in there, not without no bloodshed. But at the same token, right now, we shooting $1 million video, man. Y'all got to chill out, man. You can holler at this dude another time.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about when I say you got to be smart and know how to think, man. You know what I'm saying? People are one of the smartest, man. People are one of the smartest dudes I know when it comes to that industry, bro. But see, that money change people. Money do things to people, man. Money does that to people. So, I mean, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You hearing from me today, bro, and this might be the last time I ever do an interview about No Limit, because that's just how much I think about No Limit. I don't. I done moved on. They said, well, why you got them plaques on the wall? I earned that. I earned them plaques. Yeah, he didn't just give them to me. I earned that,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
We definitely appreciate
you reaching out to me. I needed to talk about this to somebody,
Yeah, no, it's all love, man. And whether this is your last one or, you're always welcome back, or we can chop up any other time. But we appreciate you and salute you. And definitely, there's a lot of fans out there. Even though you wasn't one of the, the rappers, you're still definitely noteworthy by your name, presence, contributions, and value that you added to the legacy and to the tank. So we salute you for that, definitely.
I appreciate that, man. Look, you got my phone number. Call me anytime, man.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to chop it up, we can chop it up. But I got a lot to say.
All right, that's a bet.
I got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a bet. We're gonna leave it with this, and we're gonna stay connected, and we're gonna make things happen, man.
Right. Appreciate it.
All right, then much love, man. Big Pokey. So this one's been another great one, family. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and catch us next time. Salute. Peace.
Peace, my brother.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on bout.online.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.